Welcome back everyone, this is GTA Failer. In our last video we did all 30 pickups on Portland Island, ending with this heart that I'm standing right next to here by the bridge. I'm going to pause the recording, hop across the girders on that bridge, and pick up the recording at the next adrenaline pickup over on Staunton Island. So we're here in Staunton, standing right opposite the construction site. I came up these stairs here immediately to my right and entered this walkway, a place I've never been in 900 hours of playing this game, and I found my first adrenaline pill in Staunton. So this one's all right. It's elevated, which I like, but it's got a view of like ugly construction that, maybe it'll be all right when it's completed, but it looks pretty ugly right now. Plus, it gets the Colombian cartel proximity penalty, 1 out of 10. So here we are just south of Central Park, whatever it's called, Belleville Park. And next to me on this planter is another adrenaline pill. This one has lots of traffic around. I can't give it much for that, but it is on top of a planter with a little bit of bushes, and it's very close, this lovely area here. We'll say 5 out of 10. So pretty close to that last adrenaline pill. Looking at the Callahan Bridge, we just head down the steps right here into yet another area of this game I've never explored after 900 hours. And we get our next adrenaline pill location. Typically I don't like when everything is closed off, but it does look kind of cozy in there. It's got no sunlight, no natural sunlight, a view of the concrete wall, and then this building over here, probably a bunch of traffic and stuff from the Callahan Bridge. 1 out of 10. Also quite close to where we just were. Now I've got the bridge behind me. I'm gonna make this first left and head into this building with a bunch of glass on it. We did a unique jump up this ramp, these stairs I should say. And right over here, an adrenaline pill. So this one is in the Internet Cafe, which is pretty cool. I think we'll talk about all the businesses in GTA 3 in a future video. But in any event, this one gets to hang out in front of this computer and do all of its emailing and researching and watching my cool series here on YouTube. So we'll say this one's a 7 out of 10. And with that, we have completed all 4 of the adrenaline locations here on Staunton. And next up, we will take you to the first Bribe Star. Here we are by the stadium, and if you go on the western side of the stadium, behind this second set of billboards, we find our first of 10 Bribe Stars here on Staunton. This one, it's got grass, it's got trees, it's got the exciting sounds of the stadium nearby, but it also has this ugly, ugly view of billboard. Nice water and stuff over there, but it really can't see much. I guess we'll go 4 out of 10. This next Bribe Star is on the eastern side of the stadium. So we head right in here. We did a rampage back here. There was also a package a little bit further east from where we're going here. And I think I messed up. It's right back here. So tucked away in the middle, I can't imagine ever like finding this thing, like being in trouble and then thinking, oh, I know, I'll go to the one that's hidden in the middle of the college campus. And it's got concrete everywhere. It's got, this thing over the top, so the sun is blocked. 1 out of 10. So now we're due south of the stadium, and we come right over here to this corner, across the street, up this ramp, and we find yet another Bribe Star I'd never seen before. So this one, at least it has a little bit of exposure to the sun. It's blocked partly, and it's got no nice views. And my goodness, hard to find. Would these have been useful to me when I was trying to get rid of police attention? I don't know. 3 out of 10. So now we're on the parallelogram south of the white parking garage. You can see it in front of me, and if you go to just the right spot, you will find a little alley, and inside of here is a Bribe Star. But this Bribe Star is not near as useful to me as the Bribe Star in what I call the Bribe Star Alley in Portland. So this one has like no view, a thin slice of the sky. It's near this kind of major highway here to the east. 1 out of 10, my goodness. Okay, and we'll keep recording here because the next Bribe Star is just around the corner. So this one, even though it's nearby, it's like a world of difference. So it's got grass and it's got trees. Not thrilled with the building behind it, but there's at least a little bit of breathing room on this southern side. Check out the billboards. There's plane traffic. What is that mushroom head thing? It kind of looks like a lemming with a turban on its head or something. Okay, so this one is pretty good. We'll say this one is 6 out of 10. So here we're on the easternmost road, this big two-lane highway going each direction right underneath the broken Callahan Bridge. And if we go just north of that bridge, then we find this grassy area, whoops, this dirt area right in here. And this is the location of our next Bribe Star. So pretty useful, actually, a nice little shortcut between that kind of major highway there and this major highway here. It's got grass, it's got trees, it's got cool billboard signs to look at, including the lemming right there. We'll give this one a 7 out of 10. So here we are at the police station, and if we head right over this way, we're going to head down some stairs. Might look familiar. There was a package down here. I'm going to show you where the package was. So the package was right in this little nook here, but the Bribe Star is right back here, right by the stairs. So this one has no view, no fresh air, no nothing. It's kind of interesting that there's a Bribe Star directly underneath the police station. That seems ironic, but not a lot I can say about that one. 2 out of 10. So here we are in front of Kenji's, and if we continue on this walkway directly in front of Kenji's, we get to what I find to be a very useful Bribe Star. So I don't really care about the view, but this one gets a 10 out of 10. I use this one all the time when I'm doing vigilante in my speedrunning and get in trouble with the law here on Staunton. And so just come right over here, shake the fuzz, and move on. 10 out of 10. So here we are just a few feet away from where we were before, just south of Kenji's, and right here, hanging out up in the air in the middle of nowhere and on top of deadly water, is a Bribe Star that I never knew existed until about 20 seconds ago. So I don't know. I mean, like, how are you supposed to get to that thing? Like, I guess you have to fly over the water in what I hope is a fast car, because I don't think like this Kuruma could make that jump over the water and happen to hit the Bribe Star. My goodness, it doesn't seem useful at all to me. Maybe I'm missing something about how to get there. But in terms of location, wow, this is just beautiful. Look, it's surrounded by grass and water and trees and everything. All good stuff there. So we'll give it a mixed bag grade here. I'm going to say 5 out of 10. Like, it's perfect in location and utterly useless as far as I can see. So here we are coming on the road straight out of Kenji's to the west. And at the end of this road, there is a little staircase and an alley and a Bribe Star. So I know that this one exists. I've used it a couple of times. Like, I take this alley occasionally as a shortcut, but I always forget this Bribe Star is here, probably with good reason. It's just surrounded by all kinds of concrete, barely sees the sky. 1 out of 10. Okay, so if I've done my calculations correctly, I have just shown you all 10 of the Bribe Stars here on Staunton Island. Hope I got them all. Next up, we are doing the armor. Our first armor location is just south of the hospital. We go across the road and into this entryway in the college, and we find armor right here. Okay, I like this location quite a bit. So it is in a college quad, so it's beautiful, and there's like books and studying and all kinds of good educational things happening. Yeah, nice architecture to look at, some trees and things. Pretty good, 9 out of 10. So here we are in the southwest corner of the construction site. Don't ask me how these two Colombians became dead. I had nothing to do with it. But we're going to head over to a place that's very close to a package that we collected earlier. It's right up this little ramp here. And tucked way back here in the construction site, you go up a set of stairs. And then just around this corner, we will find both a heart and an armor. And there was a package, I think it was right inside of this room. So I'm going to rate both of these right now and not come back here for the hearts in a little bit in this video. So it's in the middle of construction. There's like rusty nails on the ground and like construction dust and debris and guys in hard hats cursing and butt cracks and stuff. So 1 out of 10 for both of these. No good. So next armor location is on top of a roof. I lost 3 sports cars when I was trying to get the package up here before. Let's see if we can make it in the first shot. Beautiful. Come on. Beautiful. Okay, so we were up here before for the sniper. 6024. Love it. And then here's the armor location. So decent views over here of this bridge that isn't fixed yet. And I guess in the winter, when the leaves are not out, you can see the, some of Shoreside Vale Island over there. Kind of ugly behind it with the 2 billboards here, lots of advertising. But my goodness, I I got to give it a big inconvenience penalty. Why would I have to launch over or something just to get a little health pickup? 2 out of 10. So the next location is kind of hard to find, so I figured I'd come over here to Asuka's as a landmark that you can find easily. We did a stunt jump off of one of these little kind of ramps over here to the left, but instead we'll go kind of slow and come back to yet another area I have never explored in 900 hours of playing this game. Lo and behold, tucked in between these two semi-trucks is yet another armor. My goodness. Okay, unfortunately for this armor, it's like covered in shade and darkness all the time. Terrible view, terrible everything. I would get a bit 1 out of 10, but I'm just so tickled that I'm still discovering new things after 900 hours in this game. So 3 out of 10. So here we are south of Belleville Park. You can see the Bob's Burgers there, the kind of icon there in the middle of the screen. And we need to get a van because we need a little bit of height to get into this area here. You might remember doing this kind of thing for an ammo pickup in a previous video. Come on, GTA Failure. You can do this. All right, we'll use the my actual speed car that I took to get over here. Probably shouldn't need to use 2 cars to get up here. But anyway, we got that ammo there, the what is this one called? The AK-47, and then also what everybody came for is the armor location. Okay, so this one is tricky to get to. Like I mentioned, I didn't know that this ammo was here before I made that ammo video. Certainly didn't know the armor was here either, but I like it. Not too tricky, and it's kind of cool. A little bit elevated, but also kind of protected from the elements. Sees the sky, but maybe doesn't get rained on. That's pretty good. 7 out of 10. Here we start at the southern end of this major highway, and we head right over here to a set of stairs, which overlooks a walled-in concrete lot. I guess it's not walled in. You can get in on 3 different sides. Big jump there, and then we got to make this big jump here. And plank, and you can see what we all came for right there. We've actually been down here once before to grab my favorite weapon, M16. Good stuff. Okay, so this one is it's pretty ugly. It's got exposure to the sky, which I guess is good, but my goodness, just concrete everywhere. Yeah, and kind of tricky to get to because you got to do all this kind of hopping around and everything. So we'll say 2 out of 10 for that one. So that was the 6th and final armor location here on Staunton. All that we have left for the pickups on this island are 13 health pickups. We've done one of them already in the construction site right next to an armor. So I mentioned that I wasn't going to go back there for that one. So 12 health pickups left. To get to the heart, again, we'll begin at the southern end of this major highway. This time we'll go right. Last time we went left for the armor. And inside of this first little alley here is the heart. So this one, lots of concrete around, concrete on all 3 sides. I don't know, I guess it's all right here. It's glass, we can see whatever business is taking place in there. And then some cool looking graffiti to take a look at. And then my goodness, check out the views on this side, gang. My good, it just got better and better. I thought we were going downhill in a hurry here. This is pretty decent, 7 out of 10. So here we are by the southern Staunton subway entrance. I only learned after I made the first video where I mentioned that each island has 1 subway entrance. I learned that there are 2 here on Staunton. One in the far north, which is what I showed in that other video where we were collecting packages, and one here in the far south. So from this one, we head right over here to our next heart location, just up these stairs. Okay, so some nice glass doors behind us here. Not such great views in this direction. Yeah, kind of slivers of okay views going in that direction. It's okay. I kind of like the concrete look of these stairs here. It's not like plain concrete, but kind of decorative, I guess, tiles or whatever. So we'll go 4 out of 10 for that one. So from the last location, there's the heart we were just talking about. We're just going to head a little bit north on this road. The next heart is pretty close. So it's not this right-hand turn, but we did go into that parking garage to get a package, and then we came up and went up these stairs here on the right-hand side of the screen for a rampage. And then you can see right here is the next heart location. So how do you get there? Well, you could either go in the way that we went to go up those stairs to get to the rampage, or you could take this kind of more scenic route. So here it is. I don't know, it's kind of in the middle of a shopping district. I don't mind the building, the look of this building behind it, but the views Yeah, views are all right. I guess I give it credit for this open courtyard, lots of space. You can see the sky. Yeah, this one's growing on me. 5 out of 10. So we're again near the southern tip of this major highway, but the first kind of big intersection north of where we were before. And we head just a little bit east here, and we get this nice green area to our right with a heart located right in the middle. So no grass, kind of like the park over in the Hepburn Heights area. But you know, it's got dirt, which is better than concrete, surrounded by trees. That's kind of nice. Looks like there's a pool here, maybe at some point like fountains, running water. I like it. I like it. You can see a little bit of you know, kind of open air on that direction. These packages are improving in general. 7 out of 10. I said packages. I'm quite tired from making all these videos. These hearts are improving. 7 out of 10. So from this previous heart location, it took me about 5 minutes to figure out that the next heart is basically across the street, just a little jig left and then into the right behind the church here. We had a package around here somewhere. So here's the next heart. Nice open area here, some nice architecture on either side. We've got this church behind us. Look at those beautiful spires, sun, trees. This is looking pretty good. 9 out of 10. So our next heart is quite near to the museum. So we just go a tiny bit north and then make this left on the grass. And right there is a heart just before the final kind of easternmost highway here, just south of the Callahan Bridge. Okay, so this heart is on grass. It's kind of, you know, stuck inside between that building, but there's a nice open area here. That's cool. Some trees, a little bit of a view of Portland over there. 6 out of 10. Here we are at Asuka's, and I will show you a heart that I've shown you before. We've come up this pier and stairs right here many times as we've done our mega jump to get from Portland to Staunton, and I've shown you this heart a couple of times, I think. So it's pretty good. It's kind of foggy and nighttime right now, but I imagined that we got some nice views of Portland over there and sheltered from the rain, but can still see the sun a bunch right next to the pool where presumably people have a good time, although this has got to be the shallowest pool, or maybe I'm walking on water. I don't know. So another solid heart, 8 out of 10. So here we are just west of Belleville Park, right near this large western entrance, gap between the fences, and kind of near this Model UN looking thing. And right here is our next heart under an awning. Doesn't get to see much sun. That's quite close to this lovely park, which is pretty cool. Hopefully the UN is doing good work, so we'll give it credit for being part of all of the worldwide cooperation sponsored by that organization. I don't know, 7 out of 10. The next heart is at the blocked off entrance to the corkscrew. You can see it off just to the right of the corkscrew. So I'm not thrilled with how close it is to what is presumably going to be a lot of traffic once this bridge eventually gets turned back on. But it's on a lot of grass, and it's got sky, and it can almost see Shoreside Vale over there. Nice view of the bridge from underneath, I guess, and also quite close to Belleville Park. So generally, I think things are favorable for this package. 7 out of 10. Again, I called it a package. Heart, 7 out of 10. Here we are at the northeastern part of Belleville Park. We're just going to go across the street and a tiny bit south into the area I think the game calls the Mall. And just up one of these sets of stairs on the left is the next heart. So very much shaded and protected from the elements, but kind of feeling claustrophobic. Sort of a nice artsy thing to look at over here. Presumably happy people doing their shopping out on foot. Mixed bag, 5. So here we are at the hospital for our last 2 hearts. So there's one just south of the hospital right here. We dropped off our ambulance many times. Where was that? I guess that was like right, I lost it. Come down here. You'd think after doing this for like an hour, I'd remember. Was it here? Yeah, I think we had to make a U-turn. No, it was right over here. We had to make a U-turn around this pole. So it was like right here, and then we made this U-turn around this pole. Anyway, there is 1 heart, and then just over this way is a second heart, very close to the first one. This heart right here is out in the open and kind of a nice open courtyard here. Of course, it's both of these hearts are going to be interrupted by sirens at all hours of the night, but this one is pretty decent. So I'd probably give it an 8, but the siren penalty is a 2 point penalty, as everybody knows. So that one's a 6. This one doesn't get the sun, right? And it just doesn't have as nice of a view. It's less exposed. It's all blocked. It's got all this artificial light. So this one probably would be a 5, but 2 point siren penalty makes it a 3. So if I've kept accurate records here, then those were the 12th and 13th hearts, again, counting the one that I showed already in the construction site when I was rating the armors. So all told, we have looked at every single collectible here in Staunton, and that is the 4 adrenaline pills, the 10 bribe stars, the 6 armors, and the 13 health pickups for a grand total of 33 pickups of all flavors here on Staunton Island. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.